Raise your hand if you have ever spent 10 minutes vigorously scrubbing and rinsing your dirty plates in the sink, only to put those already clean plates directly into the dishwasher. Or maybe you are on the opposite end of the spectrum, pulling dishes out of the machine when the cycle finishes and feeling the need to wash them by hand again, just to make sure they are actually clean. Why do we trust a washing machine with our clothes, but we treat our dishwasher like a glorified drying rack? The truth is, millions of people waste countless gallons of water and hours of free time every single week because they simply do not trust what is happening inside that mysterious metal box. We tend to think that without human hands and a sponge scrubbing away, dried food could never really come off. But what if I told you that your dishwasher is actually a high-efficiency, sanitizing powerhouse that cleans far better than your hands ever could? Today, let us open the door, look inside, and break down exactly how a dishwasher works step by step, and discover why you never ever need to wash your dishes by hand again. First, let us clear up a very common misconception. A dishwasher does not fill up with water like a bathtub or a swimming pool. If it did, your kitchen would flood the second you open the door. Instead, when you press start, a shallow pool of clean water collects only at the very bottom of the tub, beneath the bottom rack. This area is called the basin. Once the water is safely in the basin, an electric heating element, which looks like a thick metal ring at the bottom, warms the water up to around 130 to 150 degrees Fahrenheit, or roughly 55 to 65 degrees Celsius. This brings us to the very first reason why the machine is superior to washing by hand. That water temperature is scorching hot. In fact, it is much hotter than human hands can safely tolerate without suffering severe burns. That intense heat is absolutely vital because it melts away stubborn, sticky animal fats, hardened butter, and heavy oils that lukewarm tap water simply cannot budge. Now that the water is boiling hot at the bottom of the tub, it is time for the mechanical action to begin. A powerful electric pump takes that hot water from the basin and shoots it up through pipes connected to the spray arms. These are the spinning plastic or metal propellers located under the racks. Here is a neat little secret about those spray arms. They usually do not have their own motors to make them spin around. Instead, the water shooting out of the tiny nozzles on the arms is pressurized so intensely that it creates a rocket propulsion effect. The force of the water jets shooting out at angled directions forces the arms to spin rapidly on their own. Imagine a high-powered garden sprinkler on steroids, blasting boiling hot water into every single nook, cranny, and corner of your plates, glasses, and silverware. This high-pressure blast acts like millions of tiny water hammers, physically knocking stuck-on food particles off your dishes from every possible angle. As the food is blasted away, it falls to the bottom of the tub, where it is caught by a fine, removable filter screen, so it does not recirculate back onto your clean plates. But hot water and high pressure are only half of the story. The real magic happens when the detergent dispenser pops open. Dishwasher detergent is completely different from the liquid dish soap sitting next to your kitchen sink. Regular dish soap is formulated to create lots of foamy bubbles and be gentle on your skin. If you were to put regular liquid soap into a dishwasher, the bubbles would expand uncontrollably and flood your entire kitchen floor with foam. Dishwasher detergent, whether it is a powder, a gel, or a convenient little pod, produces zero foam. Instead, it is packed with highly alkaline chemicals and specialized biological enzymes. Think of these enzymes as microscopic Pac-Men. They are specifically programmed to target, attack, and break down the complex molecular bonds of protein, starch, and grease. And here is the most surprising fact of all, which explains why you should never pre-rinse your dishes in the sink before loading them. Those powerful enzymes actually need food particles to cling to so they can activate and do their job properly. If you put completely rinsed, clean plates into the dishwasher, the harsh detergent has no food grease to attack, so it can actually end up clouding your glassware and eroding the finish on your plates over time. To get the cleanest results, all you need to do is scrape the big solid chunks of leftover food into the garbage bin, load the dirty plates directly into the machine, and let the enzymes hunt down the grease. After the main wash cycle finishes, the internal pump switches gears and drains all of that dirty, greasy water out through your kitchen plumbing. Then, the dishwasher fills the bottom basin with a fresh batch of clean water for the rinse cycle. During this phase, the machine often releases a small amount of rinse aid if you have filled the compartment. Rinse aid is a specialized surfactant, which is just a fancy scientific word for a liquid that lowers the surface tension of water. Instead of water forming into heavy droplets that cling to your glasses and leave behind annoying white mineral spots when they evaporate, Rinse Aid forces the water to spread out into a super thin sheet that slides right off the dishes. This ensures your glassware comes out sparkling clear and streak-free. Finally, we reach the drying phase, which is the ultimate knockout punch against germs. And the main reason why washing or rinsing your dishes by hand after a cycle is completely unnecessary and even counterproductive. Once the final rinse water is drained, the heating element at the bottom turns back on, or an internal fan starts circulating heated air throughout the sealed tub. Because the interior of the machine is enclosed and insulated, the temperature skyrockets, creating a dry, sauna-like environment. This extreme heat evaporates any lingering moisture left on the plates. More importantly, this prolonged exposure to high heat acts as a pasteurization process, completely destroying any lingering bacteria, viruses, and germs that might have survived the washing phase. When you wash dishes by hand in the sink, your wet dish sponge or scrubbing brush is often a breeding ground for millions of bacteria, and wiping a plate dry with a used kitchen towel just spreads those microscopic germs right back onto your clean surface. When a dishwasher finishes its cycle, those dishes are not just visibly clean, they are sanitized to a hygienic level that human hands, lukewarm water, and a kitchen sponge could never achieve. You can safely grab a plate right off the rack and eat off of it immediately without a single worry. So, let go of the sink anxiety. Trust the incredible combination of scalding heat, pressurized water jets, and microscopic enzyme hunters working inside that machine. You will save dozens of hours of your free time every single month, conserve thousands of gallons of water every year, and enjoy healthier, cleaner tableware for you and your family. Just scrape the bones and crusts into the trash, load the racks, press start, and walk away with total peace of mind. If this explanation helps save you from the dreaded chore of doing dishes by hand, hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and leave a comment below telling me your biggest pet peeve when it comes to loading the dishwasher. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.